trouble began as most Christmas Village controversies do, with an overly long meeting and a gathering of elected officials speaking instead of listening. The Christmas Village Housing and Development Committee gathered to decide where to place 12 brand new houses recently acquired by the homeowner. Housing, they agreed, was essential. With new villagers arriving daily ready to spread holiday cheer, the desire for expansion was greater than what realistically could happen. After hours of debate, a review of parliamentary procedures, and one stern reminder about agenda discipline, the committee voted 11-1 to tear down the Christmas Village Drive-In movie theater to make room for a sprawling community of well-lit shops and houses. Somewhere, a jingle bell fell dramatically silent. The drive-in was sacred ground. It had existed since the earliest days, back when villagers arrived in horse-drawn buggies and politely pretended they could see the screen through the flocks of flying reindeer and Christmas geese. Generations had watched classics beneath twinkling lights, wrapped in scarves, sipping cocoa, and ignoring the wind. The lone dissenting vote came from Elvisbury Tinselbottom, shown here being interviewed by WKCV's very own smart, self-assured, and generous news producer, Rita Hansen. Rita loves 19th century French poetry, she is always kind to strangers, and she loves the feeling of community in Christmas Village. She also knows that there's something happening here, and what it is ain't exactly clear. Within minutes, there are a dozen or so people in the street, singing songs and carrying signs. Elvis had organized a protest to publicly express dissent, raise awareness about this injustice, and demand social and political change with a show of collective disapproval and dissatisfaction of the policies, actions, and conditions that the Christmas villagers feel are wrong and need improvement, specifically the tearing down of the drive-in movie theater. The demonstration was strictly nonviolent, festive even, but also ornery, annoyed, and not cheerful in the slightest. Jingle bells replaced megaphones, scarves were worn aggressively, the mood was tense in that polite Christmas Village way where everyone is smiling but deeply disappointed. As the movie played, the protest swelled. A few villagers muttered about how nobody's right when everybody's wrong, though no one was quite sure what that applied to. The theme hung in the air like falling snow. Change was coming, whether anyone liked it or not, and tradition is feeling very fragile. The Honorable Mayor arrived midway through the showing, hoping to quietly enjoy the movie. Instead, he was greeted by bells, signs, and Elvis clinging to the widescreen in a modified form of civil disobedience. To his credit, the mayor didn't panic. He watched, he listened, he accepted a cup of cocoa, he reflected deeply while Buddy the Elf screamed with joy on screen. By the film's end, the mayor stepped forward and raised his hands. He acknowledged the frustration, the fear of losing something beloved, and the truth that progress and tradition often feel like battle lines being drawn, even in the snow. The decision was swift and unanimous. The committee would reconvene. A new location for the houses would be found. The new homes would return to storage until next season, carefully wrapped and gently reassured. To celebrate the turning tide, the committee hosted a special movie night, complete with free tickets, holiday giveaways, and a showing of It's a Wonderful Life, because nothing resolves civic conflict quite like collective emotional catharsis. The protesters cheered, Elvis smiled, the drive-in lights glowed on, and once again, Christmas Village proved that even when changes feel scary, listening, really listening, can turn noise into harmony. The Christmas Village Housing and Development Committee, in coordination with the local Homeowners Association Guild, would like to remind homeowners that there are no rules against inflatable decorations or excessive displays. Villagers are encouraged to light up the night and spread the holiday spirit.